So how do you become eligible for the producer's offset? Firstly, you've got to have significant Australian content. So they will look at the story, they will look at the creatives involved, and make sure it qualifies as an Australian production. So that will stop, say, an American company coming in, doing a small shoot here, not involving any Australians as cast or crew, and then applying for the producer's offset. So it does look at the story, it looks at creatives, it looks at lots of different things. Basically, if you've got a story that's been written by an Australian, directed by an Australian, financed here, even if it's got overseas financing, if it's basically an Australian story, then you're going to qualify for significant Australian content. It has to have a QAPE budget. QAPE is qualifying Australian production expenditure, so they're the expenses that do qualify for the tax rebate. At the moment, the QAPE budget is set at $500,000, which means a lot of smaller independent productions have been able to access the producer's offset. That is going to change and raise to $1 million. I'll cover that later, but I think that will have a significant effect on the independent end of the market. At the moment, there are basically two strands of the producer's offset. There's feature film distribution, and there's basically TV or distribution. Feature film distribution actually gets a 40% rebate. Now, it's got to jump through a lot of hoops to get that. It's got to have a distributor. You've got to prove the intent to distribute theatrically. But 40% can be quite a significant part of your budget. And television is basically 20%. Again, they're both being changed to 30%, which I'll cover in a little bit.